Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Tried to like fucking clean up my office last second and shit.
Yeah.
But nah. Basically, we're live right now, but just getting everything settled in. No worries. Um, I need a screen where it's like we're live, but like I could like hide it. I don't know. It's not. I just gotta work on that. Okay. I'm about to link it right now. Do you hear the AC in my background?
No, yeah, I was just gonna ask you, do you hear anything in the background?
Nah, you're good. But do you hear anything in my background?
No.
Alright, word. That sounds good. Just gonna post this shit on my story real quick and then we can just dive into it. Alright, but alright, so everything should be good. We should be straight. Let me just get rid of this. Let me make this a little bit.
It's happened there. No,
What happened?
I just showed like your icon.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
was
like,
just switching it on and off. Alright. So basically, alright. Let me just close this, make it nice. Alright.
just
Alright.
water.
Alright, man. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Evolutions, and today I'm gonna be featured with my boy Manny.
What's good, man?
Alright, what's going on? This is gonna be the first episode of Hot Takes Podcast. We're working on a name. This is something I literally thought of on the fly. As time goes on, if you guys have any suggestions, be sure to leave a like or subscribe or comment. Sorry, rather. And then we could kind of form a name within the community, whatever you guys want. If we like it, we'll go with it. If not, unfortunately, we probably wouldn't go with it. So basically, this podcast is just going to be about us talking about One Piece. We do know that the One Piece is on break right now, but this is kind of going to be our pilot episode. So it's kind of like a good situation for us because One Piece is on break, so we don't have nothing necessarily to talk about currently. But we could kind of introduce ourselves and kind of dive into what's been going on, what we think, our theories, or any lore that's been going on lately. So yeah, a little bit of background. I've been watching One Piece and reading One Piece since like my sophomore year in high school. Um, I started watching it all the way from fucking episode one, and then I started reading it once I caught up, which was the time around like the beginning of Whole Cake, or just before. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Manny, if you want to talk about yourself or go when you started, talk about when you started watching One Piece or reading it, or kind of what brought you into that space or whatever, go for it.
Okay. So basically, I started watching One Piece around, I want to say, when I was in seventh grade.
Really?
And then you know how the One Piece pacing in the anime is.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, so I basically just went to the manga after. I think it was around the Fishman Island arc. So when I started the manga, it was at Punk Hazard. All of this
Word.
was in seventh grade, and then from there, started kicking off loving One Piece.
Hell yeah, yo, that fucking the Fishman Island, bro. What'd you think about Sanji with the whole fucking nosebleed and all that shit? He was out there, man.
Man, you know I love Sanji. That was so
Bruh,
terrible. Terrible arc for him.
the community still be talking shit about us about that shit. They be talking
Yep.
about how he was out for a minute and like, what do you think about that trope? But like, I feel like it's funny, it's cool, but I definitely think it was dragged out. Like at that particular moment.
Dragging it OD.
Yeah, hella dragged out, hella fucking dragged out, bro.
No,
like,
it's not funny at times.
it is funny at times.
You just can't do all the time, man.
Yeah, especially when he's in need. And speaking about like doing that when he's in need, something recently happened. We're not to go into it yet, but we'll talk about it later. I think you know what I'm talking about. Where yeah, definitely a very questionable stuff by Oda. But I will say like my hot take for the day. Basically what I want to do is I want to do like a daily hot take or like a hot take, at least one per episode. My hot take is I think Oda is setting up Sanji, or right now he's kind of downplaying him for like a better come up like towards the end of the series, because like if you think about it, like his dream is like all blue, and like you could correct me if I'm wrong, but like everything kind of connects towards like all blue in terms of like, you know, like land or like the world or literally like the universe. Like all blue is like all that shit, like East blue, North blue, like whatever. Like it's everything. So I feel like that's gonna be like the core, and I think Sanji that's what he represents, like the core. Like if you think about it, like his history, Germa 66, like that has a lot to do with what we're dealing with now, and a lot to deal with like what was happening in the background, especially like the world government. So what do you think about that?
You know, because we don't really know what all blue is. It's just up to interpretation.
Yeah.
It could be like me personally. I think it connects more towards Luffy's dream, which was finding the One Piece.
Okay.
But you know, we don't even know Luffy's true dream yet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yeah, like I said, it's up to interpretation. We don't really know what the all blue is, but what you said is definitely a hot take.
Yeah, yeah.
That's definitely out there.
Yeah, I'm definitely reaching, but you know, like I just feel like as like a consumer, like as like a part of the audience, like anything is like out there. Like for example, like how what else? Mr. Moore was saying like the raid was gonna fail. Like what the like, bruh, like the Straws like never fail. Like they never miss. So like for him to that was a hot ass take in the community for a minute. Like how the raid was gonna fail, this and that, and it was like, man, like imagine that happened. Like what do you think would have happened in terms of like what the Straw has to do next?
Well, obviously we're gonna have we're gonna have to go into a second training arc for them. I don't know how long it would be, but you know they're in Onigashima, so I doubt it would have been long. But we definitely would have been went into a second training arc.
Oh yeah. Do you think that would have like kind of led towards like a time skip? Cause like.
Oh hell yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cause last time the Straw Hats, well, they did quote unquote fail when they ran into like all the pacifists and Kuma just smacked them to the fucking nether. Like they were like, you just get the fuck out of here. I mean, we found out it was for the greater good. But like that was the last time they failed, and that kind of led into like a time skip, which was good, in my opinion. I definitely think at that time they really needed it, and like right now, like Luffy versus Kaido, like that was a long ass battle, and like
Luffy went through a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, exactly. High diff, pulled out gear fifth, everything, right? So it's like my thing is like, okay, if that fight lasted that long, and like we're at this part in the story, like how are the fights gonna be moving forward? Like, are they gonna last that long? Meaning, like, are they gonna be as difficult, or like, do you think Gear Fifth is just so, or do you think like he's gonna like kind of master Gear Fifth, and then like the fights will kind of settle down a little bit? Cause like I feel like the pacing, like the last major fight was him versus damn, I'm having a brain fart here. What's his name?
We're talking about Luffy.
Yeah, Luffy. Who do you fight?
Kaido.
Who do you fight before? That was like that lasted mad long.
Oh, Katakuri.
Katakuri, there we go. When he fought Katakuri,
that about that great fight, man.
Yeah, bro, I don't know, just the adrenaline, like I'm excited and shit. But that fight lasted mad long, like OD long. So it was like that fight already lasted long, and now him against Kaido, like that shit lasted a minute. So I was like, are all the fights gonna be like that? I feel like if they are gonna be like that, they kind of gotta the pacing has to be a little bit better in terms of like what's going on like with everyone else. I personally don't have too many issues with Wano, cause like yeah, you could say like, oh, like he was charging up his gear third fist for like 2 weeks, like yeah, but like you gotta think of like these chapters are like spread from week to week, so like yeah, like the pacing could feel off, but you also gotta like remember like it's week to week, so it's like it's gonna feel longer than what it actually is for like if you go back into it, like when One Piece is all said and done, like if you're reading it like and it's already set in stone, like it's not gonna feel as bad, you know what I mean? Like the pacing won't be too bad, I feel like.
Yeah, and to add on to that, Oda is, remember, he has everything right now, so he isn't in the moment like us. So he just has everything all planned out. So for him, it's probably like he's just writing something fast, like maybe 30 minutes, and then when we're reading it, we're thinking it's dragged out since we're reading it from week to week.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know, I don't know if you're on Twitter, but like the Twitter community is like 1 week they'll be like, "Yo, Goda, he's the goat, 10 out of 10," and then the next chapter will drop and it's like, "Yo, Oda lost it. This chapter was trash." Da da. Like that shit's just so inconsistent and annoying. Like as a fan, because it's like, damn, like y'all want him to drop gems every single week. Like that's crazy, bro. Like sometimes you just gotta go through the bad to you know enjoy the good type shit.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the memes.
Yeah, that's just annoying as hell. Cause it be people that like have like horrible takes, or like they just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Or like there's people that like they watch or read One Piece, but like they have an agenda because they have a favorite manga, like whether it be like Naruto or Bleach. Like they really stand on Bleach, but they only read fucking they only
Yeah,
they read
maybe up to
One
like
Piece.
Hour
Yeah.
Faster or something.
Yeah, just to
On the
bash
early
it.
arcs, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and they read a little bit just to bash it so they can fit in the conversation with an agenda. It's like, bro, that's kind of weird. Hold up, Big
And,
Papa, yo, big shout out to the number one Rick. Yo, what's good, Diego? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Right now we're doing the podcast for One Piece.
and speaking of agendas, you know about the whole ZKK thing that was going on.
Oh, bruh, yo,
Yeah.
that was another hot take. That was another hot take.
Oh yeah.
A super hot take, like crazy, honestly. Cause like, first of all, like we all know, like Oda has like a formula. Like there's like a way shit kind of goes out. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't anything new. Like he has a whole blueprint on like how like the pacing is, and it's been like that for as long as like we can remember, to be honest. So like, for him to kill Kaido, like not just beat, kill. That's crazy.
hmm
That's crazy.
And for Zoro to be the one to do it.
Yeah, that's
And
completely
we know
different.
how. Yeah, because we know how Oda runs the monster trio dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
Luffy's always gonna fight the strongest.
Yep.
Zoro's gonna fight the second strongest, and Sanji's gonna fight the third strongest.
Yep. Yep.
And that's exactly what happened. Luffy fought Kaido. Well, in the respective crew, because you know they had Big Mom there.
Yeah.
That was all weird with it. Mom
Yeah, it made sense. Cause like imagine fucking, cause so for me, I'm gonna be honest, and people were talking in chat. One Piece lit, yo, what's up, bro? What's good, Chris? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you stopping by. What was I saying? So basically, I honestly, I selfishly wanted to have Luffy fight Kaido, and then Zoro and Sanji double team Big Mom. That's what I wanted because like I wanted that power up.
Sanji.
Yeah.
You know, Sanji can't
Yeah,
attack him.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there. But I did like his fight against Queen. I like the level up. I don't know how I felt on him like stomping out the fucking raid suit because I thought that shit looked tough. Like visually, that shit looked tough. So like I would have liked him to have it. But
yeah, I do like the raid suit. It's just I don't know. It's less like Sanji has always been like one of the only people on the Straw Hats to like not use a weapon or anything like that. He's just relying on his pure like physical strength. Like, you know, everyone else is using devil fruits, weapons.
Yeah.
Jinbei. Well, I guess you could say Jinbei, but he's like a fisherman. So, yeah, I felt indifferent about the raid suit. It's cool. You got the new power up for Jinbei, Blue Flames. I don't know.
That Blue Flame was crazy. And the fact that it was like manga, so it was all black and white. So we didn't know until after. To like,
yeah, so
like
volume 102.
When I saw it, I was like, yo, that's fire, bro. Fire. Fire.
I'm just so sweet, man.
And yo, did you hear like the takes after that? Like when they saw the blue flames and how like they said like blue flames is like stronger than red flames and all that shit. So they said that, and then they took it as far as to say like, oh, that flame is stronger than Aikainu's magma because it's blue.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
I
seen
was
that.
like, yo, bro, the community takes
Yeah,
anything.
let's calm down now. I don't
Dead
think I was
ass.
going going that deep with it.
Yeah, the community takes one thing and runs with it, bro. And speaking of like taking shit and running with it, like, what do you think about like Kid and Law fighting Big Mom? Like, did you feel like one carried the other? Do you feel like they did both equally work, or how'd you feel about like their
This
showcase?
I do not know why the fan base hates Kid so much,
For
or like because they basically just said that Law carried the fight
yeah,
because Law was using like big attacks. I think they were putting equal effort in.
yeah,
Bro, I don't really like the Kid slander. Nah, I can understand it though because Kid is portrayed and hyped up to be Luffy's rival, so
yeah.
we're expecting a lot from him. But he's not even using Advanced Conqueror's Haki. He's relying on his Devil Fruit a lot, which is fine because Luffy relies on his Devil Fruit a lot. Just, like, give us something though.
Yeah,
Like even Zoro's using Advanced Conqueror's Haki, and
that's
then
true.
Kid is just using his Devil Fruit.
That's
So I can see
true.
why they downplay Kid.
Yeah, I could definitely see why they downplay Kid. But I really like Kid, bro. I like his design. I like that little fur coat he got on his back. That shit's tough, bro. Like his
Yeah,
character design goes crazy, bro. He got the one
hell yeah.
arm and he has the one arm with the metallic. That shit goes crazy, bro. So like I definitely, if someone were to say to me like, yeah, like I feel like, he doesn't have this and that, he doesn't have advanced conquers. Like, yeah, I get it. But it's like now I feel like we're going to a place in One Piece where it's like there's like, yeah, like there's gonna be hockey users, there's gonna be devil fruit users, but now like they're going into more like science shit. Like for example, like Sanji, like he's definitely lagging in certain departments, but I feel like the way he's being written is like that whole like bloodline thing, or the Germa 66 is kind of filling in that gap. So like I definitely like I wouldn't mind like seeing some shit like kind of rival hockey, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, it would be too late. It would be kind of like weird, but like it would be cool. Like I wouldn't mind it. But maybe that's just
I,
me.
I actually think Sanji, like, I guess this is my hot take for the podcast this episode. I actually think Sanji's gonna unlock Congress hockey.
Yeah.
Yep, I said
I
it.
would. Yeah. I
And when that happens, I think his flames are gonna be black or purple.
like Amaterasu Black. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh nah. That shit would be crazy.
It's crazy.
That shit would be crazy, bro. But as far as like Law, like bro, like they they both awakened, right? Or
Yeah.
exactly. So like one
Yeah,
thing.
you don't need advanced conquerors hockey. I don't think you need it, but it would be nice because the
Yeah.
way it's portrayed, like Luffy's using it, Kaido was whipping Luffy's ass with it, and then he
Yeah.
like has the whole speech about Roger not relying on devil fruits
Yeah.
and hockey. I think he said the hockey defeats all. I forgot what he
Yeah, he
said,
said
but
some shit where it was like, damn, like it's all about hockey, and then
yeah, hockey conquers all. Yeah, that's what
yeah,
he said. Hockey
yeah,
conquers all.
that,
So that's why I would like Sanji to have it, and Zoro and Luffy have it. I don't see why Sanji should be left out, especially if
yeah,
he's going to be portrayed on the at least
wings,
close to Zoro.
yeah,
Yeah, Wings of the
the
Pirates
wings.
character.
So it's like, with that being said, like, I feel like, I don't know, bro, like. Like if you go on Twitter, people be downplaying Sanji or saying like there's a gap, or like even the joke where like he's fourth now.
Yeah,
That bro, like there's no way, bro. Like it's literally written. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of like the gag or like the troll. Um,
yeah. I was gonna talk about that. So Oda, like, you can see like during arcs, like before the big final battles, Oda will like have Sanji. Well, I don't want to say he downplays him, but he like keeps Sanji to the side, if you know
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
for example, before Alabasta, he wasn't doing anything. Then Sanji comes in, fights Mister Two, and then before Enies Lobby, he's like fighting like Wanze while Frankie's fighting CP9.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they hype up Frankie to like Luffy and Zoro level, so then we could like he puts down Sanji,
yeah.
and then when we get to the big battles in Enies Lobby, Sanji's
And
fighting
everything's
the
like back to normal.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think Oda does that on purpose. Like
yeah,
he wants to keep Sanji in the background.
yeah. But my thing is like, why? Cause like I personally think like aside from like Luffy, I think Sanji is like the best written character. And like I could even argue that like he's like way better written than Luffy. but I think Sanji's like
Oh yeah, for sure.
the writing on Sanji is just crazy. Like the lore when his wanted poster came out, and you know how it always says dead or alive, and his just said alive, like and his genetics and like his whole like backstory, which that shit is just crazy. Like I don't get why. Maybe he's trying to balance it out or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
But,
Um, the way he, hmm,
real quick before we get into that, I see my chat blowing up. Chris says, "What y'all think about Shanks, and what do you think OP Endgame looking like?" And he says Sanji's cheeks. Sanji is not
man,
cheeks. he did say fucks with kids.
he gotta be a Zoro
Yeah,
fanboy, huh?
definitely a Zoro fan. I feel like Zoro's so easy to like, bro. That's why I didn't like
Yeah,
him.
he's cool. He's cool.
Cool.
You gotta admit it. Like
Yeah, he's
when he defeated Mr. One,
Yeah.
the Itoi,
Yep.
Shishi
The lion song. Yep.
Oh
It
yeah.
was sick. He's tough, but for me, when I watch it or read it, I'm like, you kind of know like the Itachis, the Zoros,
The Vegeta,
the
the
Vegetas,
Sasuke's, yeah.
yeah. So like, I'm not about to be mainstream. I'm about to fuck with my boy Sanji. Like he goes crazy.
Yeah.
So
And then I like Sanji because his fighting style. Like
hell yeah,
that's why I named my team like Kurorashi, the Black Lake style.
yeah, hella tough.
Yeah.
Hands for
Cool.
cooking,
And,
not for fighting.
oh yeah.
But what were we gonna say?
About we were talking about Sanji's character.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Oda, it seems like Oda wants to obviously Sanji's gonna be able to hang with Zoro and like when they fight.
Oh hell
Because
yeah.
obviously right now he's building up like Luffy being Yonko level while Zoro and Sanji fight take on the commanders of Yonkos.
Mhm.
But you can see how he writes Sanji through Whole Cake Island, and then next like he's writing Sanji perfectly with the Queen fight. Like you see the characterization he gives him when he destroys the raid suit.
Oh hell yeah.
Then now we're gonna get more on him with the Max backstory and like what's going on with Devil Fruits.
Yo.
Because remember, Vegapunk worked with Judge, Caesar,
and
Queen,
yeah.
if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So like he's like really good delving into Sanji's character.
Hell yeah. And that's kind of where it goes back to like I feel like Sanji's like essentially like the core of the universe. Like his backstory just has a lot to do with a lot of shit that right now we just don't know about. And right now where the Straw Hats are at, like they're in Egg Island, and bro, we saw Vegapunk or what we think is Vegapunk. I don't know if you know, but like back when like Kuma brought Vegapunk up, he referred to Vegapunk as like he or him, like those are pronouns.
Yeah.
So,
Every single time he's even saying he's an old man.
Yeah, so it's like, is that Vegapunk? And I was watching Mr. Morge, shout out Mr. Morge, the video. He said like there was like a number 2 on like her chest, and it's like as if like that quote unquote Vegapunk was like numbered or maybe it was like a clone. And then they also said like that the literature, like in Japanese, the correct translation, like just the dialect that she was using was like something of like an old man. So it's like it kind of goes into that. And I don't know, and like also the theory where like that clone or whatever it is like kind of looks like Sora, which is Sanji's mom, and then people were saying Vegapunk is Sanji's mom or whatever.
Wow, you know, One Piece could go on with
That's
the
what
theory.
they take one thing and run with it, and you know they supported that theory with like the hair like covering one eye, and like how all the fucking Vince Smokes have that feature. So
with the twirly eye.
yeah. So
Maybe they're trying to hide it. Yeah, I can understand though.
yeah, I mean, we'll see.
But I definitely don't think that's Vegapunk's real body. I think he either took his subconscious and put it into a clone, or I guess that's one thing I can think of.
Or
he
maybe he has some crazy devil fruit that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, that could be. Yeah, he's some kind of mad scientist apparently. So yeah, with that, I have no idea. Like we're never gonna know until Oda goes out and tells us. But the theories are, I like the theories around it though.
Yeah, the theories are definitely tough. The one thing that they did point out was like, you know, when each character's introduced, like they have like their name card and then their bounty and
the
like,
box,
she didn't have that when she popped up. It was just like she was just like, hey, whatever, and she didn't have that. So,
and the introduction wasn't like hype like Kaido when he got introduced.
Yeah.
He had the whole dialogue.
Yeah.
Right when he gets introduced, he's like using hockey, and then in the box it says right hand of the Pirate King. It's like every single character introduction is like hype or like funny, and then her, she just or him, well, we don't know. It's just out there. It's just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it just came out of nowhere.
Bruh, speaking of like the name cards, I can't wait for like Super Endgame One Piece and like the characters are all reintroduced. Like when Luffy's Pirate King, and like you see all the high ass bounties and like their titles. Like that shit's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that. Rayleigh, Oda, what's up? Why are we not getting his bounty? It got to be Yonko level, right? It got to be like 4 billion.
That's
like
true.
The way he's like hiding it. Like we got Mihawk. Like I think Rayleigh's the only one I'm waiting for. Like one of from the old characters that got introduced. Rayleigh's the only one I'm waiting for.
Sheesh.
He's definitely hiding that. I think it's Yonko level. I gotta say.
It has to be, bro. Honestly.
Like Blackbeard's running away from him.
Yeah. And they're running. The government's running down on Blackbeard with the Seraphins. Like he's like, yo, what the fuck? He's getting ran down on.
Wait, I got it.
He's like, hold on.
I wonder why it took Kobe too.
Yeah, yo, dead ass.
That's not random.
Dead ass. Like what the fuck Kobe got that we don't know about? Like, only character in the universe to have like his own time skip.
Like, I guess I don't know. Maybe what they're doing with that is maybe another rescue arc. I don't want to say
2.0.
Yeah.
And he's Lobby 2.0.
Oh, Kobe, have a picture of Kobe saying, "I want to live."
Yeah. Who knows? But yo, what about X-Rick being like a double agent? What do you think about that? I thought that was pretty cool, to be honest.
I saw it coming. Because remember in not Onigashima, in Wano. He saves Law from the prison. It's him, right?
Yeah. I remember correctly, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have the whole sword build up.
Yeah.
But when Kobe called him up, so I saw it coming. When he saved Law from the prison, and then I guess that's the only thing that foreshadowed it.
Yeah.
And they're saying I'm just gonna say because I always mess up his Japanese name, the Aokiji. They're saying that he's probably part of it. Like the whole him leaving the Marines is just like a facade.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That would be tough, and like X-Drake and like Kuzan like working together, being like a sub crew. That would be pretty tough.
And then like he's still cool with that Akainu and all them. He's just like playing it up. Like I think that would be cool. Like he's like on Blackbeard's
cool, but Akainu took this man's a leg. Or maybe so it's like I don't know if I'm gonna be cool if somebody took my leg type shit.
Oh yeah.
But
like, they can't be acting that good.
Yeah. Or maybe they're part of like the world the fucking Revolutionary Army. Who knows? I can see that being a thing because like Aokiji was always like very particular about the Straw Hats. Like he always let them rock type shit. Like he wasn't really like he wasn't because he could have easily fucked them all up when they first met.
Yeah,
like,
he definitely could have killed Luffy.
Yeah, he could have murked them and then
kicked him to oblivion.
Yeah. So like the fact that he didn't do that is interesting. Also, I do want to. Huh?
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Nah, finish your point because I was about to switch topics.
Word. So I was gonna say, I think the only reason why he didn't kill Luffy is because he, he says because he owed Garp a favor, but I think he's just gonna save Luffy anyway. Like he wasn't gonna do anything anyway. Because each admiral has their own sense of justice. Yeah. So Kainu is absolute. Kizaru is lazy justice. Like that's why he left the supernovas. He didn't like lock him up.
Yeah.
And then Kuzan, I forget what his is. I think it's.
It has to be something in the middle.
Yeah. And then Fujitora, we don't know anything about Fujitora and Green Bull yet.
Yo, Green Bull, there's so much to talk about, bro. Like Green Bull, like his introduction, like he pulled up, like yo, like I'm looking for Luffy. What's good? And then he was starting to get sturdy on them. Then my boy Shanks pulled up, like yo, what you doing here? Yeah, he was like, oh shit, I'm out of here. He was like, oh, what's good, boss? I'm out. Yo,
that was funny. Yeah, and then Twitter. They start dragging it.
Yeah, start dragging it.
Pushing Yonko over Admiral's agenda.
Yes.
I can see though, but
what about Mihawk and Shanks? That is like that shit's gonna go down.
That's Zoro and Sanji's levels of toxic, but I think we had the clear portrayal. Like, I forgot his name. He's the one who goes over the bounties in the Marines. Brandy or something.
Yeah,
He has
I
like
remember
green
talking
hair.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah, he said like, I think it's pretty much set in stone.
yeah.
Like I've always said that Mihawk is just a greater swordsman than Shanks, but Shanks is overall stronger.
Yeah.
Because when he explains like Mihawk's bounty, he says that Mihawk has greater sword skills than Shanks.
Yeah, he does
Uh,
say like he's stronger. And whose bounty's higher?
Shanks.
Shanks?
Well, bounty isn't everything,
Yeah,
but
that's true because
feats
yeah,
are, and
yeah,
Shanks has the feats.
yeah.
Like for example, Mihawk can't gauge how strong Whitebeard is, while Shanks is clashing and splitting in the sky with Whitebeard.
Mhm.
And then we have what else do we have for Shanks? We have
He pulled up the Marineford.
pulled up to Marineford. Mihawk ran away from him. No, I'm joking with that, but
They're about to cut you up. You wild.
I can't think about it. Like I remember that being a whole thing with Shanks and Mihawk.
Yeah.
Oh, the portrayal, Kaido.
Sure.
What Kaido says about Luffy's ceiling. We see Shanks, Odin, Whitebeard, Roger, and Sebek. Do you know what panel I'm talking about? It's chapter 1001.
2001. Nah, I probably have to look back at it.
Yeah. So Luffy like punches Kaido with the red rock in the next chapter. Kaido says, "How strong is he now? How will his ceilings go?" And it was still like a silhouette of Shanks, Odin. Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And Mihawk is in there. That's
Mihawk,
what Shanks fans use against Mihawk all the
time. Fuck. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, like I guess you could say I have an agenda, but I want Shanks to be stronger than Mihawk because I feel like Mihawk is just so boring, bro. Like he's just like the Batman of the universe, bro. He just be low key at his home, like just chilling. So I was like, man, I don't know. That's just me.
He's definitely stronger than Mihawk. Or at least I would like to think so.
Yeah.
Like, he has a Yonko status. Everything. The portrayal's just there.
Dude, he's just that guy, bro. Like,
Yeah, Mihawk just has the title.
and he stole the fucking the gum fruit, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, he's a demon.
It's Luffy. Well, we say gum fruit, but we know what it actually is.
Yeah. Dude, we can't say. Well, I can't say that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, yeah, fuck it. Let's talk about Gear 5th, bro. That shit. Yo, remember when it came out and it wasn't colored, and then all the DBZ stands were like the art was like yellow, and like they were saying like, oh, he's copying Akira with the Super Saiyan, and I was like, bro, they were dragging it, bro. Like, chill
and then not even that. It's also the Naruto fan base. It was like, you guys are making fun of Naruto and Sasuke for being reincarnations, while Luffy's a reincarnation of Joy Boy.
Yeah.
And then that got debunked, I think, literally a week after when the chapter came out, and it said, this is all Luffy doing. This is not Joy Boy. It's not a reincarnation.
Yep.
This is Luffy's power.
And it's like, like for me, like as far as like reincarnate, I don't really care about that, cause like even in Naruto, like yeah, he was a reincarnation, but he's still Naruto. You know what I mean? Like, like
not like they changed, but
yeah,
no, there's just like agenda.
Yeah,
with,
it's like they'll look at him differently. It's just agendas, bro.
And then
what else was I gonna say? What happened? You're lagging. What happened?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up?
I was gonna say we were talking about Gear 5. I think Gear 5, if Luffy and Kaido fought fresh, I think Luffy would still win. Like, the fan base are on the fence about it. They still think Kaido's overall stronger. I have no idea why.
Yeah, they're just.
I remember Luffy in Gear 5, he was like toying around with Kaido the whole time.
Yeah, he's using him as jump rope.
It's not this. It's like literally there in the manga. So basically, Kaido, he doesn't use Haki the entire time, which is that's, I want to say it gets Kaido mad because he starts giving the speech about like how Haki conquers all. Like he's like telling Luffy to use Haki.
Yeah, and
like it's like his own weird way.
Was it that he wasn't using it, or he was like having trouble channeling the Ryu?
No, he wasn't using it at all.
Oh, okay.
And then yeah, Kaido he's like Luffy's messing around throwing lightning, and then Kaido gets mad and starts giving Luffy a speech about why Haki's so great. Then immediately after, that's when Luffy uses Bonding. Like you can reread the chapter. I can't make this up. Luffy didn't use Haki the whole time, and then as soon as Kaido does the whole speech about Haki, that's when Luffy busts out the Bonding gun.
Got sturdy on him. Getting hit with birthday punches.
See that birthday punches. Let that beat to the core.
Hell yeah, rocked him, bro. Kaido was tough. Like a lot of people shit on him, but like, bro, like he was like the strongest man to date. Like he was
The
notorious.
creature.
Yeah, bro. So it's like people were saying like he
He
was like
took punishment,
super.
man. He
Yeah,
definitely took punishment.
yeah,
Like Luffy,
definitely. He was
like it
snake.
wasn't no joke. Luffy took what was it, like 3 or 4 tries to beat him?
Yeah, it was like,
Uh,
and then at one point, like at the end of the fight, it said Victor Kaido, and then we're like, oh
Oh
shit,
yeah, and then
like
we got Nick.
damn,
Yeah.
Mr. Moore's in the cut, like,
The raid failed. The raid failed. Like no, I always knew Luffy was gonna win. Like
he
as
had
soon
to,
as
bro.
like we know how it's gonna go with Zoro and Sanji win their fights.
Yeah,
Zoro and Sanji win. I was like, okay, so it's pretty much set in stone that Luffy's gonna win. It's gonna be some kind of way that Luffy's gonna win.
yeah.
You don't know because Oda said in an interview that it's not gonna be a punch, but it ended up being a punch. He said Luffy is just gonna use a punch on Kaido. That ended up being a punch.
Oda's
I don't
a
know.
troll, bro. He's a
They
troll.
always trolling, man.
He's always trolling. Fucking
How do you feel about the Zoro fight? By the way, you only talked about Sanji
Oh,
versus
versus
Queen.
King.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly, that fight was tough. I think that fight was tough. We learned about Lunarians and shit. Honestly, like I don't remember too much about it, but I know that like there was a big opportunity for Zoro's like backstory that could have been dove into, but like
Mm-hmm.
it just nothing happened. But as far as
No,
that
Sanji
fight,
gets all that glory, man.
yeah, true, true. And I think was this the fight that like Zoro's fights are just usually just one taps. Like he just hits them once and they're done. But I think
Yeah,
this fight
this
it
is his
took a little
first.
bit more.
Yeah, this is his first fight he struggled with during time skip.
Yeah, which
He
which
just
is
grew
good.
faster.
Which is
Yeah.
good. Cause like Zoro,
Yeah, I like to see shit like that. Like I
yeah,
don't want
like
Zoro.
work for it, bro. You're not just gonna have him one tapping everybody, cause that's how the
Yeah, like
agenda. That's how people say, oh, Zoro's stronger than Luffy. And it's like, bro,
yeah,
like you don't want that. You don't want like the community fucking up your literature just cause man's one tapping everybody.
yeah. Weird. This is like it's nice to see him struggle.
Yeah,
You know, Twitter was going. You know, the Zoro and Sanji fan base when that happened.
yeah.
It was like the agenda started rolling out. Like, oh, Zoro high dipped King or extreme dip King. Sanji mid dipped. Oh, Sanji's knocked out, and the next chapter Zoro's knocked out. You know
Yeah,
how they get.
it's so crazy how everyone's arguing something that's like subjective, like opinion based, and they go to war with that shit, bro. Like they just, bro, you'll see
week,
threads
man.
like people just beefing, bro. It's like damn, like
Well, what was your favorite fight out of the? I always try to keep the fights Montezuo based, but we'll just go with all the strides. What was your favorite fight in Onigashima between all the strides?
honestly, I feel like I can't even. I feel like Luffy's fight was like up here, like S tier, and then like all the other ones, like I could rate accordingly. Like my favorite one was obviously Sanji versus Queen, and then Zoro versus King, and then like the rest of the strides, like I like Frankie's fight. To be honest, Frankie's fight was tough. I think Frankie did a good job. But everything is like blurry. I don't know if like he had a fair one-on-one or if like it was like someone helping him.
Yeah, that's the thing with Oda, man.
Yeah.
If it's not the monster tree, it's just gonna like
It's just
off
like
screen.
blurry, so it's like I don't know. I did like how Frankie was out here, like he was like he was the tank at one point, and he was just rescuing people and shit. I did like when and when Sanji rescued Zoro though. He had my boy in the crucifix on his
The
shoulder.
mummy rap, yeah.
Yeah, but he looked like
Yeah,
a
that was
blunt.
meme worthy like other weeks, man.
Yeah.
And then how do you like one complaint about the Straw Hats fights? Well, there was a lot of complaints. So Usopp, Brook,
Running.
yeah, they didn't get a fight. And then we had Big Mom pretty much put Alti at like 1% health, for which Nami came in and finished her off.
Yeah.
And then-
Loud. Zeus.
And then Big Mom finished off page 1 for them. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, like I feel like the pacing wasn't really like I don't know, like when I think back at Wano, there's just so much shit that went on, and like obviously I remember like the highlighted parts, but like things like that, like I just feel like it was so scattered that like I can't even like I don't know, like I can't really remember it too much to judge it, if I'm being honest, bro. Like
I got you. It's been a while, especially when we had that 1 month hiatus.
yeah, that shit was crazy. And there be
Yeah, you
shit,
gotta.
yeah, there was shit that like that happened that like I'll hear about. I'm like, oh shit, like that shit went down.
That 1 month. How'd you feel about the hiatus? Like, like going into the final arc, like because we're finally here at the final
Yeah.
saga one. Like he
Um,
had to take a whole month off, get ready for it.
I think it was good in terms of like literature, cause like if he was just like doing week to week like normal, like it wouldn't have like the value of what we have right now wouldn't really have settled. Like I feel like he was like really in the booth, like studying or like storylining, and like he cooked up Egg Island, or
Mm-hmm.
like he just like how it's gonna be like planned out. And I think that's like the perfect place to be. So like if there was an interview or whatever and said like, oh, like if it wasn't for the 1 month hiatus, we wouldn't be where we're at right now. Like I'll understand, because like Egg Island, Vegapunk, like shit's going down. We saw Bonnie, and I don't know, like I just feel like it's a good place. I think it was worth it, honestly. I did. What do you think?
Uh, I just had one problem. I felt like he should have, before, like maybe I'm being too greedy here, but maybe finish off the whole entire Wano arc and then we go into the final saga. That's my only
That's
problem I had
that's
with
true.
it.
Yeah, it
And
was
since
kind
we
of
got
yeah,
behind
it
it, so we're
was a
still
little
in Wano.
premature.
Like, oh man, yeah, it's like, come on, man. I want to move on from this. I mean, it didn't even go anywhere. We just had
Green
the
Bull.
whole Green Bull thing, which he
Yeah,
didn't do anything,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
Yamato didn't join. Oh,
Ah,
speaking of Yamato,
bruh.
how do you think if she did
Fumble.
join? I think she's gonna join later, but
Yeah.
if she did join, do you think she's gonna change the monster trio dynamic?
Nah, I don't think so, because it's gonna sound crazy, but like if Oda doesn't want that to happen, it's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
been like Frankie. It's like, oh, Frankie's stronger than Sanji. Oh, final fight, Sanji's stronger than Frankie. Oh, Jinbei's joining. Sanji's finally out of the monster trio.
yeah. So
Zoro
like,
and Sanji playing commanders. Jinbei's fighting Toby Roko.
yeah,
And oh, Yamato's stronger than Sanji. And then Sanji randomly gets advanced conquerors hockey or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, it's like Oda's not gonna change it.
Yeah, so it's like if
That's how I
anything,
feel about
I want her to join, because then it would force Oda to buff Sanji, and that's always
it.
good.
Hell
And
yeah.
also, I don't know if I brought this up, but let's go like a little bit back to like the latest chapter, 1061. So Vegapunk, whatever, and we saw Bonnie, and you were telling me earlier that like Bonnie was looking for Vegapunk for the longest. Like, why do you think that is?
Okay, yeah. So this is around. This is after Marineford ends, the Marineford arc. The epic arc.
Yeah,
So initially, everyone thought she was talking about Blackbeard because in the panels, and this is like all the supernovas, they're talking about Blackbeard. So we're thinking she's talking about Blackbeard.
Mhm.
But then we find out during the Reverie arc that she went to Reverie, and we
Yeah.
see a broken down Kuma.
Mhm.
So what I'm thinking is that she's after Vegapunk for to know why, just to like get an explanation from him
Yeah.
or her. I don't really know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Just to get out, I don't think she wants to kill him or anything. Maybe just to get an explanation
Mhm.
about like what she did to Kuma,
Yeah, cause that's
or
crazy.
if not that. What happened?
I said, cause that's crazy. Like the whole like how the Revolutionary Army is beefing with the government, and, like the secret war that's been going on. So it's mad shit.
Mm-hmm. That was One Piece.
Yeah.
You know how it is. But I was saying, what was I saying? I was saying, there could be a second reason why she's on that island. 'Cause like I said, I don't think she's there to like fight or kill
Yeah, cause
him.
she's alone.
Yeah, like the Straw Hats are wearing now. Like
Mhm.
he's definitely not gonna let anyone kill while he's around.
Yeah.
Do you have any theories on it? I'm stumped.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I think what you said was pretty solid, but as far as I got nothing. Like this is a curveball. A lot of people were saying like, what if like another alliance happens? Cause like Luffy met Law at Punk Hazard. They
Uh-huh.
made an alliance, so I don't know. If they made an alliance, like it would be like very not foreshadowed, but like it would be like kind of obvious. So like I would be indifferent about it, but like if it happened, it would make sense.
Mm.
Um,
The Straw Hats always get separated anytime they enter a new island.
yeah.
So I think they said it was like Team Luffy is like Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, Bonnie, and then
Mm,
the rest of the Straw Hats are dealing with Vegapunk. I think they're gonna fight because Vegapunk did say she's not there to save them. She's
I don't know.
working
Yeah.
for the world government,
Yep.
and I don't know. It's pretty scary because Sanji can't do anything there, but Zoro's there, so we don't know. We'll see what happens
Yeah.
though.
That's true, man. That freaking guy can't hit a girl, man.
Yeah, sucks, but
Sucks.
that's what makes Sanji's character good.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think So like before, like when Sanji got the race suit and then he smashed it, he got his abilities or whatever. Do you still think like the race suit would give him like a buff, or do you think like he's still equivalent without it in terms of like he kind of got all the abilities that the race suit would give him otherwise? You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I always talked about this too. So the Reitsu would only buff his defense because you have to think about it. And I don't know why people think it would make him any stronger. It just buff his defense. So here's why. So the boosters on his boots,
Yep.
they're limited to a certain type of speed. Like he can't go faster than that. And we know without the raid suit, he can pretty much move invisible to like commander tier characters. And then on top of that, he can't use his flames since the suit is flame. I think it's like flame resistant. Like Jun said something about that. So he can't use Diablo Jabber while using it, and he can't use Ifrit. Is what I'm thinking.
That's true.
And then I guess he wouldn't have to worry about skywalking because skywalking takes stamina since he has to keep kicking off the air.
Yeah.
So yeah, so with the Ritsu, I just think it just boosts his defense and I guess it saves some stamina from skywalking. But overall, without the Ritsu, I think he's fine. He has the exoskeleton now, so he doesn't have to worry about the defense.
Yeah.
Even though with the Ritsu would be greater, but yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Did he got a cloak with the race suit? Because I remember like he went invisible and he wasn't even moving. So
yeah. I guess
suit,
right? That too. Yeah, I guess that too. But he pretty much doesn't need it unless he wants to like sneak into like bathhouses. Because remember, he's moving so fast now he's invisible. Anyway.
True. What I think is like I think Vegapunk's like an anti-hero type shit. Like maybe she's one of the good people in the government. Whatever. Let's just say hypothetically she's like a good person or whatever. Whatever the case. I think like what if like back to what I was gonna say. I'm like scrambling, but like originally.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about, man.
Originally, I thought with the race suit, Usopp and Chopper were gonna work on it, and then come up with like a pirate or like a Sanji version of like the race suit, or like a Straw Hat version of the race suit. That's like not that wouldn't really.
Oh, you mean Frankie, right?
Frankie Usopp. The fuck. So like maybe like a Straw Hat suit. Or something that doesn't really represent Germa. I thought they were gonna do that. They were gonna like upgrade it or modify it. But now that we got Vegapunk, like, who's to say like that? Well, basically what I'm saying is like, what if like she upgrades his suit or gives him eight?
Or like makes him a new one.
Yeah, like that would be.
Man,
it's a reach. It's definitely a reach, but
no, it's not. No, it's just I personally don't want it. I'm cool with the blue flames, man.
Yeah.
I'm cool with I do.
Maybe it'll be like
I said before.
Resistant or some shit.
Yeah, like I said, the race suit was cool and all. Just I want Sanji to be back to the way he was without using weapons, no devil fruit, nothing. One big.
That's cool. That's cool. I respect that.
Yeah, we have a different. I think this is interesting how we both like Sanji, but we have different opinions on.
I just like the aesthetic. I just think he looked tough with the suit.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Just.
But that's as far as like why I really really like it. But and shit, like this next chapter better be heat, man, cause took a week break. I want to see what the fuck happens, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do some One Piece shit where they skip to whatever point of view, whatever, just drag it out a little bit just to build it up. But I think we're in a good place so far.
So speaking of this arc, cause we didn't talk about this arc a lot. Since we talking about like topics about the community and everything.
Right.
What do you think is gonna? Because this is obviously a Frankie arc. Because remember when Kuma sends all the Straw Hats? I think it's 3 days, 3 nights.
Yeah.
So you specifically send each Straw Hat to a certain part of the world.
Yeah.
And then Frankie just so happens to hit Dr. Vegapunk's home. So do you think this is going to be an upgrade for Frankie? Do you think they're going to delve into more backstory with Frankie with this arc?
I'm not sure, to be honest. But, unfortunately, I just got a message, and I have to wrap this up, because I forgot I had to be somewhere.
Alright, all good.
Alright, so we're going to wrap it up.
That's a good episode, man.
Nah, definitely a good episode. Honestly, better than I expected, and we actually lost track of time, because we were just so into it. But that's it for the stream, guys. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're definitely gonna be back next week. We're gonna try to do this every Sunday or every other Sunday, depending on everyone's schedules. I know life gets in the way sometimes, but that is the aim. appreciate you, Manny, for coming on to the podcast.
No problem. I had fun.
Yeah,
I
I had
love
a
One Piece.
hella
Love
fun.
talking
It was a
about
good
One Piece.
conversation. I feel like, as as a One Piece fan, like there's a lot of things that like I personally be forgetting. So like having these conversations or watching videos kind of refreshes my mind, and like I feel like I'm cultured now. Like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But nah, definitely had a good time. Definitely gonna do it next week if everyone's available. But that's pretty much it for the stream. Catch y'all.
Yeah.